Hello everyone, this is Puka and welcome to another episode of Building on a Budget where we look at inexpensive options for new players so we can have a starting point for new competitive players. Today we're going to look at one of the cheapest decks in the format and that's going to be Blastoise. So let's just jump right into it, take a look at some of these cards. We have Squirtle, 4 of these guys. The reverse holo is definitely the best version, so get that one. It has this nice ability, Shell Shield, when it's on the bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. Pretty cool. All we want to do is evolve into this awesome gold Blastoise, which has the Deluge ability. As often as you like during your turn, you can attach water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. So this allows us to power up all of our Pokemon very quickly, and we'll take a look at those right now. First one we have is Keldeo EX. A Secret Sword does 50 plus 20 for each water energy attached to this Pokemon, so that adds up very quickly. And then we have the Rush-In ability. If it's on the bench, you can make it your active Pokemon. Pretty cool. And this is a very stylish looking card because it takes up the whole card. It's really nice. The other card we have is Black Kyurem EX. Just does 200 damage for 4 energy. You have to discard 3, but with Deluge we can just keep using keep attaching energy every turn, and just keep doing 200 every turn. Now, to make sure we don't run out, we have 4 Black Kyurem EX, 4 Keldeo EX, and 4 Blastoise. So lots of 4s for this one. You know, it's a starter deck, so we need to have it as consistent as possible. Speaking of that, consistency, we need 4 Tropical Beach. Once during each player's turn, basically you can draw till you have 7 and your turn's over. It's a pretty cheap stadium card. Pretty much everyone has access to it. So we got 4 of these. It really helps you early on in the game to set up. For some reason, it is shining on Pokemon TCG Online. It is a non-foil card. That might be misleading to make it look more expensive than it is, but no, it's a non-foil promo card in real life, so it can't be that expensive. For our supporters, we have 4 Skyla. Search for a trainer card and put it into your hand. This usually goes for Tropical Beach or some other stuff we'll look at in a second. 4 Professor Juniper, discard your hand and draw 7 cards. And then 4 N, each player shuffles in and then draws a card for each of their remaining prize cards. So there we have our supporters and our Tropical Beach. We also have 4 Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards and then search for a Pokemon. Pretty good. This lets you get your Pokemon in play quickly. 4 Rare Candy. Now this is a very important card in the deck, and I think the gold one actually improves your odds of getting a turn 2 Blastoise, so I would definitely play this one. Basically, you get to skip a stage from the basic to the stage 2. So we get to skip from Squirtle, Rare Candy, into Blastoise. So we don't even need Wartortle. Poor guy. He's not included very often, but we don't need Wartortle. We just somehow feed a piece of candy to our Squirtle and it turns into a Blastoise. I'm not going to question it. We also have 4 Superior Energy Retrieval. Discard 2 cards, get back 4 basic energy from the discard pile. Yeah, whatever. Not that important, I guess. Let's get to Pokemon Catcher. There we go. Apparently this one is immune to the errata, which is just more reason to get the gold one, apparently. You don't have to flip a coin with this one, I guess. Switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of his or her bench Pokemon. But no, you actually do need to flip the coin. For some reason, they just haven't updated the text on this one. The other versions of Pokemon Catcher in this game have the added text, flip a coin. This one it's gold, I guess. We have Professor's Letter. Search for up to 2 basic energy cards. Put them into your hand. This really helps you search out those energy quickly. 1 Level Ball, search for a Pokemon with 90 hit points or less. This just lets us get a Squirtle into play very quickly. And then Dowsing Machine, our A-Spec card. Discard 2 cards, and then get a trainer card back from the discard pile. Then we just have 8 Lightning here, and 8 Water. 8 Water Energy, 2 Lightning Energy. That's going to round out the deck here. So, I know you guys like to know how much is going to cost you heading in. I want to let you know this won't cost very much. I ran some numbers, did a few estimates, and it looks like it's only going to cost you about $1,500 to make this deck. So anybody can just go ahead and make this deck and start off in the game. Pretty good starting point, right? $1,500, that's not a very big investment for one deck. So there we have it. Here's the Blastoise deck. And I got a really good game against a very competitive archetype. So we're going to show that off right now. Game I played on Pokemon TCG Online. Let's get this going. See the Blastoise deck in action. It is my turn. Going to start off with the Squirtle. And alright. You know when you're playing Blastoise, you have to get Tropical Beach in play turn 1. Otherwise, it really feels like you lost. So we're going to level ball for Squirtle here first. Skyla. And grab one of our Tropical Beach. Go ahead and put that into my hand. And then put that right into play so we can, get a lot of cards this turn. We're going to play an Ultra Ball. Grab a Keldeo EX. Put that into my hand. And we'll put it down with the Water Energy and then use that Tropical Beach for 6 cards and go with it. So it looks like we actually don't have a way to get a Blastoise turn 2. Oh, man. Oh, well. We'll see what we'll do next turn. We got Bouffalant and a Black Kyurem on the bench and a Charon. I wonder what's going to happen. And there's the Electabuzz. Of course, we see that in every competitive deck nowadays. So this is going to be a very tough match. We see the Lightning Energy go on to the Bouffalant. And my opponent uses the Tropical Beach as well. And alright, we drew a Skyla. So that's perfect. We can go ahead and just Skyla for another Ultra Ball. And get that Blastoise in play this turn, since we already have the Rare Candy in hand. So let's grab the Blastoise, Rare Candy into it. Now I do have a Water Energy. We can deluge that onto Keldeo EX. We could also put the Lightning on it. And then Secret Sword, but that wouldn't knock out Bouffalant. So we're just going to put the Lightning on Squirtle and then Tropical Beach to fill my hand up to 7 once again. Seems like the way to go here. Now we see a Pokemon catcher. That's a Tails. And I don't know. That might have been a big flip. Oh, we do see the double colors and a Gold Breaker from Bouffalant. So that is a big deal. I'm going to promote Blastoise here. Bench that Black Kyurem EX that we just got. And I could play an N here. Or let's see. We could use the Dowsing Machine. And let's see. I guess the Dowsing Machine can get Skyla, which turns into Professor's Letter. So we'll just casually discard the Rare Candy and the Blastoise, since we already have one in play. Skyla for the Professor's Letter. And that will allow us to search for 2 more energy. I'll just get a Water, and then another Lightning, which we can put onto the Black Kyurem EX. We'll Deluge Energy onto the Keldeo, and then Rush in, and Secret Sword that poor Bouffalant for 110 damage. It's a 130 minus 20 for that Boofer ability, so we did need that 4th energy for the knockout, but we took him down. And here comes the Electabuzz. Uh-oh. Will we see an Electivire? And we do! Electivire! Oh no. Thankfully, it doesn't have enough energy to use its powerful attack, which does 30 to all of my benched Pokemon. But it does not have enough energy, so we'll be able to hit it before it hits us. We see an Energy Retrieval, getting back a Lightning Energy, and then the Tropical Beach. Just going to go ahead and play the N. Bench another Black Kyurem EX. And go for the catcher. Darn it, we got Tails. Maybe that's for the best, though. We can knock out Electivire now with a Secret Sword for 150 damage. And we are rolling here. You can see how powerful this deck is. And once we get the Blastoise out, you can just start attacking and never look back. We see Thundurus coming out. We have not seen that card in a while. Reprinted in Legendary Treasures. A Crushing Hammer, also reprinted in Legendary Treasures. That is Tails. We see an Eevee. And we have quite a mix of Pokemon out there. Thundurus, Black Kyurem EX, Bouffalant, Zapdos, Eevee. I'm just going to deluge a bunch of times onto the Keldeo EX. Why not? You know, get as many energy on it as possible. Seems to be the way to go. We got some other stuff here. I don't even think we need Superior Energy Retrieval. Let's just Secret Sword for 210 damage. That's all 8 of my Water Energy on that Keldeo EX. Yes, that is all 8. 50 plus 160 for the knockout on that Thundurus. You know, a lot of people think Black Ballista does a lot of damage, but how about a Secret Sword for 210? That's pretty good. We see a Vaporeon and Bouffalant is coming out as well. What is going to happen? Probably not much. My opponent doesn't have much going. We see that Black Kyurem EX, not quite as powerful as the one I have. It is the one with Freeze Shock, I think, or Dragon Fang. I think those are the two attacks. Does 150, and then you can't use the attack next turn. We're just going to bench a lot of EXs to make my opponent feel very intimidated, and then Secret Sword for 190 to that Bouffalant. And we are on our way to victory right here, folks. Just a couple more things, a couple more knockouts, and we win. Now we do see an Eevee come out. A Leafeon would actually hurt quite a bit, considering I have 9 energy in play, and I'm weak to grass. So an Energy Crush would be doing quite a bit of damage, but nope, we just see the Eevee pass. We see a Tropical Beach, actually. And I'm going to look, nope, I don't have any energy in the discard pile because most of them are on Keldeo EX. We just have that one Lightning in there, not worth playing the Superior for. And this Keldeo is basically running the table, which is how this deck is supposed to work. You just attach a bunch of energy, attack, and then win. That's basically how it goes. So we see Crushing Hammer, Tails, yep, that probably would have impacted things. Chorus for 8, and we'll see, we could see a Verbank City Gym, and then the Freeze Shock would knock me out, but nope, just the Dragon Fang, Tails, and that means we're going to Secret Sword for 210 damage. Oh man, we take the close win over this very powerful deck my opponent had. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't figured it out yet, April Fools, I will have some more serious videos for you guys soon. I am Puka from the Top Cut, and I will see you guys next time.